Eggs aren't just for breakfast, they are for any time of the day, especially dinner, and making a frittata is one of my favorite ways to enjoy them. It's a quick weeknight meal that can come together after a long day at work. Delicious add-ins that are healthy, nutritious, but also just fill you up and are really cozy. So let's make it. Why is frittata one of my favorite weeknight meals? It can also be brunch, it can be breakfast, because it has the protein, it has great add-ins, you can add whatever you want, but it's a full meal. I love eggs, and they're great for dinner, they're great for lunch, they're great anytime. So this is the base, and it's gonna start with eggs, right? So we're gonna crack the last remaining eggs in here, and this to me, what's great about it is, look how simple this is gonna be and how quick it can come together and really be whatever you want it to be. With the eggs, we're gonna make sure we have really good flavor in this base. So we're gonna add some, this might be my favorite ingredient. Really, I could almost probably find a way to put this in anything, Dijon mustard. So Dijon mustard has the ability to have, I think of it as like Worcestershire sauce. It has the ability to kind of up the undertones of flavor without being like, is that mustard? You don't know. And I know some of you are saying I don't like Dijon. This is good. We're gonna add in heavy cream. So what that does is add a little bit of richness, not a lot, just enough to kind of bring up that richness and help with the flavor and almost add a creamy kind of essence to it. Salt, super important. We are salting to make sure this is well seasoned. We're gonna add pepper too. Freshly cracked to me is gonna have the best bite. And of course you can down that. I know some people who think black pepper is too strong sometimes. You can down it, you can do whatever you want. Now what I'm gonna do is whisk it, and I wanna make sure all these eggs are smooth and incorporated. Now that that's well mixed, we can just set it aside and get our add-ins or what's going into this ready. This is, to me, I'm doing a meat-free one just because sometimes I don't want to have meat and this has so much protein in it. So I'm starting with some cherry tomatoes because they're always delicious no matter the season. And I'm just slicing them in half. Now, it of course depends what the cherry tomatoes like. I like them to still have a little bit of size to them because I don't want them just to completely disappear into what we're doing. So what I like to do is get everything ready before I go in and just start doing it. But you can see they're small pieces. They're not huge, which again, like this one's a little bit bigger. So if you would want to, you could quarter it. Personally, I still like it. I like things in bigger pieces because we are going to lightly saute these. So I keep them somewhat nice sized. Along with that, we are gonna have spinach, which is ready to go. It's just baby spinach, but if it has long stems on it, I do take those off. That's my mom and me. She always is in my ear because she hates the stems of spinach, and they are a little tenuous sometimes. So if I see really big ones, I do take those off. Other than that, it's ready, and we're gonna get some shallot ready with some garlic. So shallot to me, what I like about it is it has a little bit lighter flavor. It's not quite as strong sometimes as onion, and we're using somewhat delicate flavors in this, so I don't want any one thing to take over. So as opposed to sometimes having an onion that could, I'm just gonna dice up a shallot, which I always love. Garlic obviously to me is essential. I use it in almost everything because it has that great flavor. And no, I do not like the jarred stuff. I also don't like the pre-peeled stuff. I just like to take it, you can take out some aggression, just whack at it and it smashes it, which look, that husk comes right off when you smash it. So it's really not that hard. And honestly, I grow a lot of garlic. There's a lot of different opinions on if it's going and creating a little bit of a stem or it's wanting to start growing. You can take that out easily. Honestly, I've done it with and without. You don't notice the flavor difference. I leave it in. It's not bitter. So I'm gonna give this a quick mince. And while this is going, I am melting my butter because I wanna start the shallot first. So I can finish mincing this garlic, but what I'm gonna do is take this shallot over. I'm gonna just put it on my food scooper here. And I want it to soften and be translucent. I don't wanna overcook the garlic, so I'm not gonna put that in yet. I'm gonna add in my shallot, let it saute, and we'll keep going. I just wanna make sure this sautés evenly. We don't need a lot of color on it. We just want it to be translucent, knowing it's a little bit better texture. The garlic is all ready to go, but one more thing before I take it all over, because that's just about translucent. I'm taking a whole bunch of basil, beautiful leaves of basil. And this is really, to me, why we're using delicate flavors. We want things that are flavor forward to shine, and the basil is gonna be the star of this. Think what we're doing. We're having tomatoes, basil goes really well with them. Spinach obviously is that great carrier. It also adds a lot of great nutrients and iron and minerals. So I wanna have a quick chop on some basil. It doesn't have to be, it softens really quickly. I'm gonna put it on there with my garlic. And we can take everything over now and just finish this up. So right to the onions, I'm gonna add my basil and garlic. None of this takes long because we're really just wilting things down, letting those tomatoes release a little bit of their natural juices, putting them right in there. We're gonna add all of this baby spinach. We're gonna give it a quick toss just until the spinach begins to wilt, and then we're ready to go. Now, I'm using a skillet, cast iron specifically, that can go right into the oven, and I want that. Now, any oven-safe skillet, stainless steel or anything will do, but you can see it's not hot yet, but it's gonna get hot, so be careful with whatever handle you're using. I just wanted that spinach to wilt, and do you see how quickly it did? It looked like a lot. It wasn't, right? It cooks down really quickly. But the smell here, you are getting the garlic, you are getting the basil. This is gonna be so flavor forward in a way that took no work. So now we can finish putting it together. Right in here, that's what I love about this. And I have my eggs. Gonna give them a final whisk just to make sure. And I'm gonna just scrape down anything that's on the sides. And it will start cooking obviously right away. Let it, you want it to. You don't wanna, it doesn't matter if the edges start cooking because we're just gonna go right into the oven with this. We're gonna put in feta cheese, a good amount of it. Now I like block feta cheese so I can myself crumble it because I want the crumbles there. And I wanna have big, nice crumbles. I don't like the pre-crumbled. We're just gonna put that all over. You could do another cheese too. Goat would be really good with this. Personally, I like the tang of the feta with all of our flavors. And it's not a melty cheese, but it does get creamy as it bakes. So now I'm gonna just take this right to the oven. We're gonna bake it. I pulled this out just a few minutes ago when it was done. And it's always puffed, like all eggs are when they first come out. You don't want the center to be completely solid. I like just a little bit of movement in it, just a slight jiggle, because it finishes cooking with carryover here on the outside of the oven. But then as it sits, it does deflate a little bit, pull in. That's completely normal, so it's supposed to happen. You wanna let it sit for a few minutes just because it's hard to cut it and eat it otherwise. So then you can just make slices. Like I like to cut this like a pie. You could also just scoop out of it if you want to. More like with a spoon. It doesn't have to be perfect. But then look how nice and beautiful this is. So after it has sat, I hopefully can get a nice piece out, but look at this. You get the beautiful tomatoes that become so tender once they're in there. And I lost one or two, but I love the tomatoes with it. And you can see that this is a great meal. It has everything you want in it. It can also just be a side to something too if you're wanting something else. But what I love is all the ingredients all together in each bite. It's such simple things. But when you have them together, when you prepare them like this, it's full of flavor. That basil comes through, the feta. I love feta. If you don't like feta, try to like feta. It's really good with this and it really works well. It's creamy. Those tomatoes are sweet, delicious, almost melt in your mouth. This is a great meal. This is a great weeknight meal. You can make it anytime. Look how quick it came together. Your family's gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's great for leftovers too. So what do I hope you do with this? As always, I hope that this enlivens you and excites you to make something delicious at home. Because cooking at home, it should not just be viewed as something that you have to do, but something you get to do and get to enjoy. So share this recipe with others, share it around. The recipe is always in the description of the video, but also my website, wiseguy.com. I hope to see you there. Enjoy.